College classroom erupts in laughter after Maga activist struggles to define wokeness in viral clip. Shia Raychick of Libs of TikTok. She complained about wokeness in schools, college campuses, the workforce, and in the streets. And a student asked her for a definition of wokeness. Wokeness is the destruction of normalcy and of our lives. And then everybody laughed at her. And then this one guy on Twitter, he reenacted the gist of the whole speech. Chaya parentheses Libs of TikTok. You can't do anything in peace, being shoved down your throat. Okay, obviously I think he fucked up the tweet. He was supposed to say, you can't do anything in peace without wokeness being shoved down your throat. Wherever you go. Me, LOL. Chaya, do you have a question? Is something funny? I do. How do you define wokeness? Wokeness is the destruction of normalcy and Congressman Jim Banks did his best to say of her. He said, I'm sick and tired of being taught that America isn't worth fighting and dying for. It's a great country. It's the greatest country in the history of the world. Now remember, Libs of TikTok just documents things that libs are doing, like liberal teachers. So it's going to be kind of difficult for somebody who just documents these things and doesn't have a real grasp on what it actually means, like in a definition. If you're not thinking about it, it can be really hard to define. If I could take a crack at it, wokeness is a state of mental unwellness and delusion, seeing instances of racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and all other kinds of oppression. For example, a black student could be at a predominantly white school and have a multicultural center. Now keep in mind that black student is in a predominantly white school. And when one of the white students in that predominantly white school goes and sits down in the multicultural center, the black student throws a fit and claims that she needs a space to feel safe. That would be an example of wokeness. The black student thinks she's being oppressed when the white student comes in and joins her in the multicultural center, instead of just enjoying the white student's company, or not even enjoying the company, just not saying anything, and acknowledge the fact that you're in a majority white school. They had the kindness and compassion to take in some black students. The least you could do is have some compassion back and not make a big deal when a white student from a predominantly white school comes down and joins you in the multicultural center. It is wokeness that is destroying our country economically. All these migrants that are coming in to Massachusetts, all these shelters, they're costing the taxpayers money that we are currently borrowing because we are $30 trillion in debt. Wokeness is destroying this country. Wokeness is destroying our country morally. We all have an idea about what a normal person is supposed to look like, right? If you're a man, you dress like a man. If you're a woman, you dress like a woman. And you present yourself as such. But transgenderism and the ability to express yourself in all different kinds of forms, that in itself just presents a whole bunch of different problems, because you have grown-ass men dressing up like women, causing scenes in public, like the GameStop person. Excuse me, it's ma'am, if you don't call them by the right pronouns. And that is causing a division. If for some reason a woman could not have a child, a married couple, a man and a woman, could adopt a child. Gay couples present a problem too, because now gay couples want to adopt children. And then transgender couples want to adopt children. And that's leading to division as well. And what happens with any parent and any child? The parent wants to have things in common with the child. So if the parents are transgender, they're going to want to make the child think that they're also transgender. And when the parents are convincing the child that the child is trans, the child starts wearing the opposite clothes, starts acting not how a traditional insert the gender of the child here should act. And that whole scenario causes division. And that all is because of wokeness. I mean, just think about it. If you ever find yourself talking to a 12-year-old boy about the fact that he may not be a traditional boy and may be transgender, you may be infected with wokeness. But that's the definition of wokeness. That is my definition of wokeness. A state of mental unwellness and delusion. Signs of that may include prioritizing foreign invaders coming to this country illegally over American citizens, talking to children about changing their gender, do not release violent criminals from jail on bail just so they can go out and commit another crime again. I mean, there are millions of examples I could give, but my definition, wokeness, a state of mental unwellness and delusion.